The government's chief medical advisor has warned against large gatherings in hot weather after 500,000 people flocked to beaches in Bournemouth today. Chris Whitty said coronavirus cases would rise again if people ignored social distancing. A major incident was declared in Bournemouth on what's been the hottest day of the year as roads became gridlocked and local services were stretched to their absolute limit. The council said they were appalled by the irresponsible actions and behaviour of the crowds. Tonight, the Health Secretary, Matt Hancock, said the government had the power to shut beaches and would take action if there was a spike in COVID cases. From Bournemouth, here's Duncan Kennedy.
From Promenade to Water's Edge and beyond, Bournemouth's golden sands disappeared under gigantic crowds. The opportunity for social distancing was almost entirely gone, even though many did try to create safe spaces. This afternoon, the council said it could no longer cope and declared a major incident.
Right now, the restaurants are closed, the bars are closed, the attractions are closed. You can't play crazy golf, you can't go in the arcade, you can't do any of the fabulous things we've got available. So after 4th of July, those people can be spread around those various activities. Also, hotels will be open, so hotel car parks are open, so there's other places for people to park. Right now, it's just not enough facilities here, and so it's kettling everybody to the beach, and that's causing a lot of problems.
Today's scenes prompted the UK's chief medical advisor, Chris Whitty, to intervene. He used social media to say, whilst it's natural for people to enjoy the sun, they must continue social distancing, otherwise COVID-19 cases will rise again. The Sikandar family travelled 3 hours from Milton Keynes to enjoy the beach. They were among those who didn't stay long when they saw the crowds. What was your experience there today?
Yeah, we came 1 hour ago and we seen lots of people, and we decided to go home early because we can't stay long with it. Too busy.
I wasn't so sure how many people there would be, but I think social distancing's gone out the window. Obviously, I feel like we are part of that because we came here from Hertfordshire today. But yeah, it is packed.
Even late into the evening, the beach is still crowded. At one point today, the council said that 500,000 people were on the beaches here. That's more than double the population of Bournemouth. The coastline here has seen these huge gatherings before during the COVID crisis, but never on this scale. The local MP says you can't shut the beaches, but government help is needed for the long summer ahead.
It's very important that the government understands that it's got to be flexible as well. It's got to be dynamic in recognising, just as if there's a big demonstration in the centre of London and police come in to help, that if Dorset requests extra help from a policing perspective, that we are quick there to support them.
With thunderstorms predicted, it may be nature that keeps these numbers down, at least for now. But the advice remains, COVID and crowds don't mix, not even in the glorious setting of our finest beaches. Duncan Kennedy, BBC News, in Bournemouth.
Our health editor Hugh Pym is here with me now, and a stark warning from Chris Whitty today.
Yes, Sophie, it was just 2 days ago that Professor Chris Whitty was standing alongside the Prime Minister in Downing Street as a further easing of lockdown in England was announced, with pubs and bars and so on due to reopen in early July, the new 1 metre plus rule. And Professor Whitty was making it clear that he was very cautious, that this was not risk-free, and he said then that if people didn't rigorously observe social distancing, there would be an uptick in cases. Now, 2 days later, he's seen these scenes in Bournemouth and he's felt the need to go on Twitter to make the same point, that if people don't go along with social distancing, there will be more cases. Now, Matt Hancock, the Health Secretary on Talk Radio, has said there are powers to go for local lockdowns, local areas being closed, again, if cases pick up. Now, I'm told that neither of them wanted to be too heavy-handed. They indicate that people should, of course, be allowed to enjoy the sunshine. Many people have had a pretty tough lockdown. But it's clear they're watching all this very, very carefully, considering further action if needed, depending on the testing and tracing results that come through. And as Professor Whitty said, the virus is still in general circulation.
Hugh Pym, thank you.